Welcome to the Stryi channel, the first Ukrainian manufacturer of professional wood carving tools. Today, we have this wonderful set of 4 tools for review, presented in premium gift packaging. With this set, you can give a thoughtful gift to someone dear to you and introduce them to a new wood carving hobby. This set is designed for carving spoons, kuksas, tableware, and relief carving. Today, we'll talk in more detail about what's included in the set, how to use it, and how the tools perform on both soft and hard types of wood. So, what do we have included in the kit? The first tool we have here is this deep gouge. It's a hook knife with a diameter of 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters, a full semicircle, a cutting edge width of 20 millimeters, and as I mentioned, it's profile number 9. Let me remind you that our tools always come to you ready to use, sharpened, honed, and ready to work straight out of the box. That's what you get from us. You open the box and can immediately start carving. It doesn't matter if you're working with hard or soft wood species. What is such a deep gouge used for? It's for removing a large amount of wood, especially in deep hollows like spoons, kuksas, for example, or other deeper vessels. And the key strong advantage of this tool is this narrowing of the metal part, which makes it very maneuverable when working deep inside. And for example, hollowing out the walls of this kuksa from the inside will be much easier for you than with, say, another tool, like this one, which has a full profile along the entire surface and length of the chisel itself. Next, we have the shallow gouge. This is profile number 5. Its depth is only 1 millimeter. The width of the cutting edge is 15 millimeters. With this kind of gouge, it'll be convenient for you to do the finishing work. Specifically, to clean up the background after using a deep gouge, like for example with a spoon or a kuksa again. This gouge will also be useful for you in relief carving. For example, here in this artistic design, we have a little leaf like this, and these cleanup cuts here, as you can see, were made with this very gouge. So as I already mentioned, this tool definitely won't just sit around unused or be only for spoons, kuksas, or plates. You'll use it for different types of carving. Accordingly, a Kuksa like this will be useful to you if we're talking about more massive relief work. For example, when you need to lower the ornament to a deeper level and get underneath it to reveal the actual design, the structure itself, just as you planned for your carving. This Kuksa will really help you with that. We showed the impression. Good. Next, we have the spoon gouge. In this set, the spoon gouge is for the right hand. What does it mean for the left or right hand, and how do you tell the difference? For example, if I hold the tool in my right hand, I can apply force with my right finger. Here, as you can see, the metal part on this side is not sharpened. So, as they say, I can apply force and remove the desired layer of wood using my right hand. If you're left-handed and work with your left hand, that's not a problem. Our set also includes a spoon gouge specifically designed for carving with the left hand. So you can work with either your left or right hand. The diameter of this spoon gouge is 25 millimeters. This is the most popular size. It's perfect for both larger and smaller spoons. And thanks to its sharp tip like this, you can work out even your smallest future spoons in great detail and with high quality. And of course, it's an indispensable tool. Here we have a detail knife. It will be used absolutely everywhere, again, in all types of carving. For example, if you need to remove the main layer of outer wood, like when making spoons, or if you're carving figurines. In other words, you remove the excess layer of wood with the detail knife. For example, even here, to give this piece its shape, you needed to use not a chisel, but a knife. It's also used because it has a pretty sharp tip, which is great for detailing, like carving out little eyes and figurines and so on. So the tool is actually pretty versatile, as I've already mentioned, not just for spoons, not just for tableware, but for all sorts of carving styles and types. Let's take a closer look and see how it works on hardwood, softwood, and medium density wood. I have it right here with me. I've prepared this linden board, a blank, with different kinds of relief. Let's say some shallower, some deeper. Let's see how the tool performs. We take our deep gouge. It's especially convenient to use when we're working on the complete extraction of a significantly larger portion, amount of wood, layer, or depth. In fact, our tool is used by carvers, both professionals and beginners, in 83 countries around the world. We are really pleased and proud that the Stryi brand is registered with the same name as our city where the tool is made. It's recognized not only in Ukraine, not only across Europe, but all over the world. And people truly respect our tools and choose them again and again, expanding their collection. Why that? It's because, as they point out, the first thing that delights them is that such high quality factory sharpening comes straight from the manufacturer. So you open the box and can immediately start carving. Next, the tool is extremely easy to maintain and can be serviced at home. You don't need any special machines or to run every 15 minutes after your work to sharpen, adjust, or touch up the tool. Absolutely not. It performs really well, smoothly, and professionally on different types of wood species. By the way, for tool maintenance, if we're talking about doing it at home, a simple profile sharpening stone is enough for honing, specifically for the tool we offer on our website. Just a reminder, the website is stryi.ua. What does it look like? It's very simple. It's a small wooden block like this with different grooves for honing straight blades or straight chisels, for angled chisels, for small gouges, and for large gouges. How do you use it? It's super easy, really simple. You have polishing compound or GOI paste. You rub this block until it looks like this. As you can see, this one's a smaller block and it's been rubbed down more. Next, for example, if we're talking about a gouge like this, you place it and sharpen it with movements like this. That's how you sharpen the outside. Then you turn it to the inside and sharpen the inner edge. The same applies if you have an angled chisel, a flat one, or even any kind of knife. You just place it on your profiled sharpening stone and move it in one direction. Then in the other direction a few times, a few strokes, and you've sharpened your tool right at home. It's definitely convenient to use a large profiled stone like this. Why? Because you can make a big stroke, just 2 to 3 movements, maybe 5, and your tool is already sharpened. It's ready to go. And if it's just inconvenient for you to use such a large stone, we also have a 20-centimeter one in our assortment. This elongated stone is easy to toss in your backpack and take with you on a trip or to a campsite. You can bring it along and carve even in all sorts of different conditions. You can also just use this small one at home. People often choose it for kids because it's convenient for them. Here is what they look like in their new design. This is how they look. This one is 40 centimeters and this one is 30 centimeters. And there's also a smaller 20 centimeter option available on the website. Stryi.ua, please check it out and make your choice. We recommend picking one up because, as they say, you'll get it once for yourself. And you'll basically use it until the very end, if your hobby ever ends, that is. So let's move on with our carving gouge to, we have oak, but there's also this interesting type of wood with a very beautiful grain. Take a look. This wood here is wild olive. By the way, it's not considered either a hard or a soft wood. It's more of a medium density and hardness. Let's give it a try. See how it works. We're cutting across the grain. The cut, as you can see, is clean, smooth, and pleasant. Pleasant to the touch, and it has a nice crunch. Honestly, it's just a pleasure. Now let's move on to oak. Actually, for a tool to work well, it's often believed that you need some kind of professional grade steel. It has to be a specific brand, a specific type, otherwise the tool just won't work. Actually, as manufacturers, we want to tell you the following. We use professional grade steel with a high carbon content. What does that mean? First of all, it means that this kind of tool is easy to maintain and care for. Next, the tool doesn't get dull so quickly. That oak crunch, it's like, snow and 20-degree frost. And the most important thing when choosing a tool is not just to pay attention to the steel grade itself, but something else is very important. It's really about whether the manufacturer knows how to work with it. We're talking specifically about skills, about experience, and how well and properly things are done directly in production. Heat treatment, hardening, the duration of hardening, the temperature for hardening, what medium to use for hardening, how to do tempering, what to use for tempering, at what temperature, for how long, how to sharpen it properly so that it arrives to you sharp and not, for example, somehow deformed, or so that it doesn't become deformed in the future. There are actually a lot of processes. Each chisel goes through 11 stages in manual production, where every step of the process is controlled so that you receive a quality tool that will serve you well in your hand. After all, people have been using our tools for over 17 years now. Our customers often come to our store, share their experiences, and show us their work. And to our surprise, they don't want to replace their tools with something else. I mean, with another brand or a different manufacturer. On the contrary, more and more often they switch to, it's really nice for us that people choose our products. Why am I a bit surprised? Because after all, people are all different. Some like one thing, others are fans of something else, and some want only a specific option. International foreign brands. We understand that everyone has their own unique personal preferences, so we are truly incredibly happy to hear that more and more international users from all over the world are consistently choosing our high quality products for their needs. And I remember a review from one person, a wood carver who tried our tool for the first time, shared her feedback with clients from Poland, saying that when she tried our tool, it was like a Mercedes among chisels. That's honestly very nice to hear. Feedback from users like this motivates us the most, inspires us to develop new things, improve our production, and expand our product range, and so on. It's incredibly nice to hear feedback like this. So the fluker, as I already mentioned, this gouge is mainly intended for finishing backgrounds. That's why I'll show you this kind of work, like deep carving. You can see and hear how the wood layer is being removed. Yes, that was lindenwood. Next, we have olive wood, aram. Let's try a little bit. You see, safety should always come first. It's important to secure the workpiece properly. And always cut away from your hand, not toward it. You need to keep an eye on it at all times. All right, let's try oak now. Again, it wants a bit more effort here. By the way, I'm not a carver myself. Since we always get questions, especially from people who have wanted to start carving for a long time and don't know which set to choose. I just wanted to show from an outsider's perspective how the tool performs. And it handles different types of wood. Our tool is sharp, and as you can see, the edge is completely undamaged. No problem with linden. No problem with olive wood, and we handled oak just fine too. Should we take the spoon carving mace? Yes, the spoon carving knife. I had a blank for a little spoon somewhere. Here it is. Let's take a look at the spoon now. Honestly, it feels incredibly pleasant in your hands. The future product taken shape, the form, the very fact that the shavings are being made by your own hands. It's a very pleasant cut, and the process itself is relaxing. And in general, our goal as a manufacturer is to provide you with the most comfortable, easy, and simple cut possible, so you can truly enjoy the carving process. not to constantly have to sharpen, as they say, or run to the machines every few minutes to touch up or tune your tool. Our main goal is for you to truly enjoy the carving itself. Yes, our edge is undamaged. Of course, our tools are used not only on linden, not only on oak. They are also used on other hard types of wood, as well as on acacia, and people use them with striking techniques too. This includes using a mallet for tapping or a hammer. And we're pleased that the tool performs well, handling heavy loads and strong pressure. This speaks to the quality and the confident position, as they say, in the carving market and among tool manufacturers. About the fact that we take direct responsibility for our quality, for how we manufacture our products. And we are confident that the tools we produce will serve you for a long time. We also want to remind you that we are the only manufacturer, not just in Ukraine, but the only manufacturer in the entire world who provides a lifetime warranty on carving tools for the entire period of use. What does this mean? If something happens to your chisel, I don't know, maybe you chipped it, somehow you didn't sharpen it, or you can't manage to sharpen it at home for some reason. No problem at all. Free of charge for the entire period of use. We will fix it for you, restore it, or even replace it with a new one while you continue your carving and work. So you don't need to worry about that if, for example, something isn't working out for you. Or, for instance, we've had cases where people have large scale projects and own a lot of our tools. If they have 40 to 50 pieces, for example, it might take them an entire day at home to get them all sharpened. But instead, they gather up their tools, bring them to us for a day, and we sharpen them to a high quality edge. And it's completely free. The next day, the person picks them up and continues working on their project. In a way, this also saves time. Let me remind you, no other manufacturer, no one else offers this. So, as you can see, we've gone through each tool that's included in the set. Let me remind you, this set is for carving spoons, kuksas, dishes, for artistic and relief carving. Every tool will actually be useful to you, and it won't just sit on your table or in a box. None of them will go unused. Visit the 3.ua website, choose the tool and set that you like, and pick the type of carving you want to start with. If you ever have any doubts, there's a phone number listed there that you can text or call. We'll be happy to answer all your questions and help you choose the perfect set so you can start your hobby right from your very first cuts and truly enjoy the process. Accordingly, we have a spoon carving set with 4 tools, a smaller version with 3 tools, and another with 5 tools. So there are complete sets, and we can find something to suit absolutely any taste. We also offer the option to purchase each tool individually. This is the packaging you receive, with the tool ready to use so you can get started right away. As I mentioned, you just unpack it straight from the box. And you can immediately start carving. So to choose your tools, go to our website, stryi.ua, pick out a set that interests you, and we'll be happy to enjoy the process of your carving projects together with you. See you next ride.